superhero.
Sell good your unwanted item.
Your Majesty, hello.
Ready. Are you a man or a little boy? Hello, Your Majesty. Yay!
Hello to you, Your Majesty. You have got a lot of supporters out there, Your Majesty. Greetings, Your Majesty. Like the one we have here in town.
No room for it in your life? I have room for it in my
He
store.
who makes a
Let's
hole
buy.
for his brother shall fall into it.
Greetings, sir. Oh, wait.
Follow me.
Oh, yeah, hang on. Down and the right hand, down and the left hand, and the right hand. Yes, yes. Oh, you are good. Yes. Turn around and yeah.
Cracking stuff. Greetings, Your Majesty.
Unwanted goods. There's no such thing. I'll take them all.
Mighty One, greetings. I have heard of your good deeds.
Hello, Your Majesty.
Here, doggy doggy. Come over here and die.
Go on then. I can't wait to see this.
Please accept this humble gift, Your Majesty. Fair prices for your old unwanted items here.
Ah, Your Majesty. Hello. Attention.
Right.
Oh,
Hang on. Hey! Big slap.
you having fun?
Because I'm having fun!
Attention. At your command. My king. At your service, my king.
Oh my, it's the king.
You aren't supposed to be here. For your own good, you should leave. You shouldn't be here. You'll have to go. You shouldn't be here. You'll have to go. People don't feel too secure when their leader goes out breaking laws. I don't mind turning a blind eye, but maybe there should be some sort of bonus. I'm going to assume I should make an exception in your case.
Your Majesty. Hello. How lovely you look. We are fortunate to have
This is no
such
way
a
to get
righteous king.
He who makes a hole for
Would you
his
say
brother
you were a
shall
professional
fall
in your field?
into
kill 50 of them, with nothing but a rusty cutlass. The moon? I've been there, in a great balloon. It's amazing, and almost never rains. Spells and that, I know them all. Cuisine? Every dish ever prepared, I've eaten it. Inventions? That was me. I invented them. Oh, and I wrote this book. Not impressed? Well, you would be if you knew I was illiterate. Huh? And paralysed. And blind.
Majesty.
Greetings, sir.
The King of Albion has returned. Hello to you, Your Highness.
You shouldn't be here. You'll have to go. You aren't supposed to be here. For your own good, you should leave.
No! Hello, Your Majesty.
You are transcendentally good. You are so holy and completely noble. You virtually glow. In fact, you actually glow. You are an angel, and I applaud your commitment to your chosen morality. Well done.
time I met someone as noble as you. Because I tend to hang around people who are actually interesting! I think your weapon might be bent. Oh no, wait! That's you! There's our noble hero. Our big, fat, stupid, ugly noble hero. evil one. Maybe you're the one who can save the world. Although more than likely you'll just fail miserably. Sometimes I just want someone to talk to. And sometimes I want someone to kick it. Other side! I'd like to get to know someone like you, and then drown them. at the doggy. Looks delicious.
Let me buy your unwanted items.
How are
Fair
you, Your
price
Majesty?
paid.
My prices may be high, but I have nothing but the best.
It's on sale. Real bargain. Enjoy. Enjoy. I hope it brings you great happiness. Enjoy. You make... Oh, you've bought a fine item. Your Majesty, here. I offer this with all humility.
This is royal magnificence.
Your Majesty, I'm so chuffed with your rule. I've got a present for you.
Sale! Sale! Not too shabby.
I give hard cash
Hello,
for your
Royal
unwanted
Majesty.
goods on the spot.
Autograph, now! Gimme! No one
Murdered under the clock tower
Maybe I should try somewhere
by some nutter called Sparrow or something.
There you are, Your Majesty. For you. Well, would you know? That put a smile on my face. Ah, it's our mighty king. I have Bowerstone.
Majesty.
Finest item.
Come on then, do that thing where you drop me down. There it is. I go back, hey, I go forward.
Dee-da-da, dee-da-da.
Have a little... 1, 2, 3. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Lovely.
Oh, wow!
Uh-huh.
Wow!
Well, goodbye then.
Anything I can do for you,
Can I
just
help
give
you?
a shout.
My granddad's a Balvery. He's so hairy.
Yeah.
Cheers.
If I give you
I
this,
appreciate your
will
help.
you do
Mana
something
potions
for me?
keep you regular. Because I'll take 10.
Always happy to help.
I hope business picks up soon.
Here, have this for being such a great king.
Do you think we have?
Woohoo!
Greetings,
Need any help today?
Your Majesty. I've been looking
If you
forward to
want
this
to show
shopping
someone
spree
you
all
care,
week. You can't go wrong with our range of gifts.
I don't want your autograph anymore.
I'm sure I can help you. You've come to the right place. Hope you enjoy it. What will it be? Come back anytime. Pleased to serve you. Come back anytime. Have you seen our latest Bulverine hair sweaters? What will it be today?
The rent here
Come
is
back
so
anytime.
expensive. I can
What can I
barely
get you?
afford it.
Perhaps I'll try another
Thanks
shop.
for that, love.
Why go round naked when you could be wearing clothes?
It's you! It's really.
Ah, Your Majesty. Hello.
For you, Your Majesty.
I'm glad I've got a mate like you. How can I help you then?
What do you want? That's a fine item. Your Majesty,
Can I
I'm
be of
so
service?
chuffed with your rule. I've got a present for you. I think I'll just go and hug myself in a corner.
Oh, look! He's wagging his tail. Maybe he's thinking about eating crap.
Greetings, my liege. My very... That's a good find. Oh, you won't regret buying that.
Hello,
That's
sir.
a good find.
Hello,
Your lordship. I haven't seen business
Hi there,
this bad
darling.
as long as I can
Your
remember.
Majesty,
Your
I'm so
Majesty.
chuffed with your rule.
Greetings, Your
I've got a
Majesty.
present
Your
for you.
Majesty, have to find somewhere cheaper
May
to
I
live if the
present
rent
you
doesn't
with
go
this?
down.
Oh,
You made me joke. I'm pleased to serve you. Hope you enjoy it. You know.
That's a goodbye.
I love
Oh,
your
you won't regret
autograph.
buying that.
I usually disapprove of you.
That's a
That was
goodbye.
I have what you need, Majesty.
That's a
Please.
goodbye.
You have to.
Hope you enjoy
Do you
it.
reckon there will ever be a machine
Oh, you won't
invented
regret
that
buying
can
that.
go to the moon?
That's a goodbye.
You gave me
Hope
quite
you
a
enjoy
scare
it.
there.
That's a goodbye.
That's quite nice, really.
Your Majesty. Greet.
Huh?
Yo!
Oh. Da 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 da.
Oh, you lady.
Oh!
No! Oh, I can see Paris! Oh, no, I can't.
Huh.
Is everything all right?
Always,
Majesty?
always enjoyed to see you.
Excellent choice.
It would be
There's
so
your
nice if I
dealing
could
with
get an autograph.
Remember,
Everyone
no
says how nice
rebellious
you
majesty.
Hello there.
You must
it's
accept this
true.
little token as a mark of my gratitude.
me a duke,
then.
Utter crap.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Well, I just think that. Oh.
Dee-da.
I do like to.
Dee-da.
Oh. Hey.
Thank you.
Greetings, my lord.
Lightning bolt.
Oh, we've got
Best
all
of
sorts we have.
Power Stone, best product.
Your Majesty.
Oh no, you probably already got one.
Oh, wondrous one. Please allow me to clean the soles of your
Hey!
shoes.
Hi there, darling. Oh, I mean, Your Majesty. Greetings, Your Majesty.
Anyone who don't like monarchy, they just have a rubbish monarch.
Correct. I concur.
It's
really.
the great ruler.
Time to change.
Hello.
How are you today, sir?
Ah, it's our mighty
Greetings,
king.
sir.
Your Majesty. Hello.
Hello, but. Way!
Da-da.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Da-da. Da-da.
Oh, yeah. That's class. Real
It feels
class.
funny not to be poor for once. Ah, it's the great ruler. Hello.
Matt? Well, I just think that. No!
Dee-da. Da. Dee-da.
Gee, gee. What you? Oh, hey! Oh, he's strong. There.
Yes. Yes.
That makes me want kids. Yeah!
If I had some money, I could buy something. Been so long since I had
Long
any.
live the king!
Sort of.
Hey, what? Hello, but. Way! Well, I was saying. 1. Gee,
Yeah.
Hey!
1, 2, 3.
Oh, I'm a bird! Yeah!
Lovely.
Your Majesty.
Turns out to be a ballerina.
A real life
your
hero
wares
on
here,
this
you don't have
place.
to be rich.
Otherwise,
Otherwise,
famous adventurers.
A free hidden.
but the quality is second to
It's
none.
our mighty king. Hello.
Utter crap.
Business has been so
At your
bad
service.
lately. I'm
Buy a
practically
drink.
giving
I
it
don't know
away.
whether you can carry a tune, but they're looking for a bar.
You
now.
are
Your
looking
orders.
well.
Oh, you later. And step. Bam. Back and forth. Bam. Yeah. Oh, the time of my life. I think I love it.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Hello.
Sell me your unwanted items.
What can I do
want
for
to
you
buy
then?
them.
We're likely to get killed if we stay round here very long.
Heal you first. Buy a drink. All right then, thanks.
We're owned by a real adventurer.
You know our goods are good. Albion with a library, you know. I haven't seen business this bad as long as I can remember.
Everything all right,
We've got
Your
that on
Majesty?
sale. That's a good buy.
Nothing to report.
It's a bargain today.
anything better
I hope you enjoy it. You shouldn't really wave that around here. Ah.
That's pretty fine stuff.
I just can't keep stocked up on
You
some of these
know how
items.
to please
I'll
the
give you a
people
good
of
price
mine.
if you've got what I need.
It's the sensible thing to do.
My favorite things
Pleasure
are music
dealing with
and
you.
sunshine and
Excellent
love.
choice.
And
What'll it be
pig.
today? Everything you could possibly. What's your plan?
you starve and die.
Hey! Oh. You're so beautiful, boy.
It's more beautiful than I dared to imagine. And heavy, too. Our experts estimate it's worth a small fortune. Of course, now the question becomes, what do you wish to do with this fine stone? Shall I deposit the money from the sale into the treasury? Or perhaps you would prefer the funds were channeled into, let us say, a more personal account?
Who knew that Auroran sandpit could hold such wonders? A truly selfless act. I am constantly in awe of your generous and noble spirit. Putting the safety of your people before your own reward. Bravo, Your Majesty. Bravo. You have shown yourself to be a most talented monarch. The treasury is positively overflowing. You might even consider borrowing a little for yourself. Of course, it never hurts to earn even more. Who knows what the future will bring? With that in mind, I would like to discuss the thorny issue of child benefits, which were abolished under your brother's rule. There are vocal elements within the community who are clamoring for us to bring it back. In the interests of the Treasury, and of the long-term welfare of the people, I have a counter-proposal. It's somewhat radical, but rather brilliant, if you don't mind me saying. We charge people for every child they have. This would keep the population low, but more importantly, the Treasury high. Is it really fair to bring new life into such an uncertain world? And won't that gold go to help the children who have already been born? Of course, you may also choose to keep Logan's policies. The matter is entirely in your hands. If you choose to leave Logan's abolishment in place, people might think you are no different to him. At least it wouldn't be a drain on the Treasury, though. Very well, Your Majesty. The breeders amongst the rabble will be ecstatic, I'm sure. Perhaps you are considering making a personal donation to the Treasury to make up for the shortfall. It is entirely your decision, as always. Shall we proceed with the rest of your appointments? Here is the royal agenda for the day. As you can see, you have 2 audiences in the throne room to begin. I've heard rumors that Reaver's latest proposals are both scandalous and delicious. It should be most entertaining.
Long live the king!
Greetings, sir. At your command.
All stand for the king. This hearing concerns the future of the Bowerstone Shelter and Orphanage. Paige will speak for the disenfranchised people of the city. Reva will dispute her cause.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, the shelter has long been the only refuge for the homeless, the poor, and the orphaned. And until we can change the whole world for the better, it will continue to be their only hope of survival. Isn't it time we held out a helping hand to those who need it most? The shelter is underfunded and the building has fallen into disrepair. Invest in the shelter and orphanage, and perhaps we can begin to create a better future for Albion's forgotten people.
I could not agree more. The city and its people are in dire need. But it is not charity they require. It is love. I propose we use this dilapidated building to help both them and ourselves. For love and money have always gone hand in hand. Let us inaugurate Bowerstone's first brothel.
A brothel?
Brothel, bordello, whorehouse. The name is unimportant. What matters is that the people get the love they need, and we get their money.
Yes, it's for your majesty to decide. Refurnish the shelter and orphanage, or convert it into a house of ill repute.
The poor of this city have suffered enough. We will renovate the shelter and orphanage.
The Bowerstone shelter shall be refurbished at the Crown's expense.
Thank you, Your Majesty. You've done the right thing.
As you wish, Your Majesty. The parentless tykes and their destitute friends shall have a palace to call their own. Are you a beggar, too lazy to own your own clothes? Or perhaps an orphan, aching for a bowl of gruel? Then come to Reva Industries Shelter and Orphanage, where you'll find food, beds, clothes, and even new parents. No matter who you are, we care, even if you don't deserve it.
Today, you will deal with a pressing environmental issue. The disposal of the city's waste. Reva will offer his proposal. A member of the Morningwood community will stand against him.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, I'm sure you will have noticed a certain aroma permeating the city of late, even more nauseating than usual. I fear it is not merely the stench of the underprivileged. Bowerstone is beginning to have a serious waste disposal issue. We require an inexpensive and efficient solution, and I believe I have hit upon one. Now, currently, part of our waste is being disposed of in the Morningwood Marsh. With very little effort, Reva Industries could redirect all of the Bowerstone sewer system to flow directly into that region. As you know, it's a desolate place with no financial or cultural value to the kingdom. There can be little discussion as to the logic of this decision.
Hang on, this isn't right. Not right at all. We're all children of the soil. It's in our hearts, it's in our blood. It's under our fingernails. What I mean is, we're all equal when it comes to dirt, like. From dirt we come to dirt we go, yes? We who reside in Morningwood have as good a claim to being clean as anyone. And what of Morningwood itself? Its nature spirits, its woodland elves, and water fairies. Do they not deserve freedom from pollution too? Don't destroy paradise with your urban dregs, man. Channel the waste. Be one with the cycle of life. You have all these, like, factories and stuff, don't you? Turn one into a, you know, what do you call it? One of those things, a sewage reclamation facility. Right on.
What shall you decide, Your Majesty?
Morningwood is to be left unspoiled. We will find other ways to deal with Bowerstone's sewage problem.
The king has spoken. Morningwood shall not be used as a waste site. The sanitation committee will look into safer alternatives.
Groovy. You are like a majestuous eagle, Your Majesty. You are in touch with your inner innards. Granny Nature thanks you from, like, the bottom of her heart.
A pity. I must admit I was rather looking forward to breathing fresh air, but I'm sure Your Majesty knows best. There is nothing as important as the health and hygiene of our citizens. As such, Riva Industries is delighted to announce the opening of the Bowerstone Sewage Recycling Facility, because there can be no affluence without effluence.
The day is almost over, Your Majesty. Only one more appointment left. Page has requested a meeting in the old rebel headquarters. How very cloak and dagger. I wonder what she wants. Page is very influential among the people of the city. It was very clever of you to enlist her as an ally.
Wow! Can't believe it's you!
Heard any interesting news?
There's a gang in town.
Sounds like
I
something
mean,
for
what
an
are things
experienced
coming to?
adventurer to look into.
It's not every day a king walks into the rebel headquarters. Good. Kid went undercover with a gang of robbers and found out their plans. They're going to strike the tavern in Bowerstone Market. If you get there in time, you can stop the raid. And at least one of those thugs must know where Ferret is holed up.
If I had a friend like you, I could tell them secrets. Like that I'm gonna set you on fire.
If you cooperate, you won't get hurt. But if you give us any trouble, we'll kill you. Now, just so you know we mean business, I'd like one of you to give us trouble, so we can kill him as an example to the rest. Who's it gonna be then? Oh look, we have a volunteer. The king, no less. Have at him, fellas.
Gouged out.
Oh, with the rest, we're a bit more bulletproof.
It is no longer advantageous for any of us to frequent the hideout in Industrial. Presently, I shall inaugurate a new centre of operations in Bowerstone Market. You've been provided with a key which will permit access. Please endeavour to prevent its transference to an unauthorised individual.
While my accomplices spent or gambled most of their earnings, I saved every gold coin I could to fulfill my burning ambition of exploring Albion one day and becoming a great adventurer, such as the ones whose stories I'd read in twopenny pamphlets and third-hand storybooks. More than anything, I wanted to meet heroes, though I knew their heyday had long passed and that the aging ruler of the kingdom was the last. It was the death of this ruler when I was 15 years of age that marked the beginning of a series of tragedies that were to befall my family. First, my eldest brother, Jason, was killed in a duel with an irate farmer, who also happened to be the husband of Jason's last sexual conquest. The duel was fought using pitchforks, and my brother, who had never done an honest day's work in his life, made the fatal mistake of holding the farming tool the wrong way round. It was shortly after this incident that the second eldest, William, was arrested for trying to run a con game by the wrong person, a passing plainclothes townsguard. He was taken to Bowerstone and was never heard of again. Then, my third brother, Quentin, contrived to accumulate enough gambling debts to have a price put on his head. Quentin's death I remember most clearly of all, for I was unfortunate enough to witness it. When the assassins and bounty hunters came to collect his suddenly valuable head, I did what I could to protect him, but no matter how accurate the shots from my rifle, nothing could change the fact that I was shooting peas instead of bullets. I had not yet been able to afford a real weapon. It is no surprise that the next to go was my dear mother, grief-stricken by the loss of 3 of her children. She left my father a drunken widower, though drunk only when he could afford it, poverty having made his attempts to drown his sorrows all the harder. While I did what I could to help out in his shop, employing all my charm and wit to become a highly persuasive salesman, it was plain that there was never going to be much of a market for novelty toothbrushes in such a small village, and one which had made such a conscious effort to avoid any form of oral hygiene at that. Soon my father passed away too, far more sober than he would have liked. It was then that I resolved to leave Gunk for good, and to seek my fortunes and my adventures elsewhere in the kingdom of Albion.
Prices are low, but our standards are high.
the king! Mommy says the big cheese.
My lord.
Oh, wow. Hello.
I went shopping the other day. I couldn't find any helmet buffer anywhere. Dreadful!
Majesty.
Your Majesty? Here. I offer
Always
this
a joy
with
to
all
see you,
Your Majesty.
Oh, my
I
lord.
like you, your style. Majesty.
And I hate most things, so that's saying something.
Sir,
My lord.
Your Majesty,
I'm hoping
may
this
I
will be
present
good.
you with this?
Hello, you
Got too much gear? Sell it to me.
Yay!
Way!
Sir, this is for you, Your Majesty. Hello, your awesome
amazing.
super-
The people of Albion have suffered from poverty for too long.
That new sewage plant is better for the environment.
Greetings, my lord.
You're the best ruler we ever had. I support you all the way.
Whoa.
Your
There must be a
Majesty,
bridge you can jump
please accept this small token of my esteem. How are you today, sir?
I'm pretty sure there's a job for that right around here somewhere.
These greedy shop owners don't care about anything but profits.
Hello there, brokers the other day, and he said, "Back already?"
Think I could make it
Well, I suppose everyone has their own reaction.
At your service, my king.
dead.
Hello, sir.
How are...
Greetings, sir.
The king. I'm not prone to hyperbole, but this is a significant inconvenience. Lads, perform the specific services for which I employ you. Expeditiously.
Huh?
Kill him. Fast.
They kidnapped me. Please let me out.
Look at the money bags! I believe I can state with relative confidence that your efforts are in vain. Even should it transpire that you vanquish my associates, this door is completely impenetrable. In addition to which, this cell contains a secret egress through which I may abscond whenever I desire. Meanwhile, my compatriots shall brutalize your person.
You haven't lost your touch. I'm surprised his men were foolish enough to fight you.
Now, truth be told, my superlative intellect notwithstanding, it would appear this is not, in fact, the specific cell I so confidently referenced earlier. The one with the secret exit has 2 beds. All right, you have prevailed, Your Majesty. I concede. However, I entreat you to entertain a certain proposal.
You have nothing to offer, Ferret. It's over.
Ah, that pronouncement is objectively devoid of merit. I happen to have on my person a substantial quantity of currency. Let me go free, and the money is yours.
As far as I'm concerned, you can stay in there and rot. But that...
You royal miscreant! This grievous malefaction shall be rewarded with equally grievous retribution.
The treasury is simply bursting with wholesome, nutritious gold. I sometimes spend hours staring at this glorious accomplishment. Our wealth surpasses all expectations. I must congratulate you, Your Majesty. But the kingdom demands your attention once more. The time has come to make a decision on Albion's drinking laws. Under Logan's rule, our citizens are restricted in the amount of alcohol they can purchase per day. As you can imagine, this has proved a rather unpopular measure. And yet many respected members of the community think the law does not go far enough. They would like alcohol consumption wholly abolished among the commoners. They feel, rather reasonably, that it leads to improper behavior and raucous public spectacles. These concerned nobles are willing to pay handsomely for the change in policy. Meanwhile, the commoners themselves would like the restrictions completely lifted, claiming they infringe upon their freedom and their rights. You cannot please everyone, Your Majesty, but you must make a decision. When one considers the grander scheme of things, is giving up cheap ale not a small price to pay for the protection of their very lives? As you wish. Let the streets be filled with poor, drunken revelers. Perhaps it will take their minds off their impending doom. This will leave a noticeable gap in our budget, however. If you are feeling particularly generous, you may wish to make a personal donation to bridge that gap. Let us move on to other matters, Your Majesty. You have a busy day in the throne room ahead. Samuel, the head of the Brightwall Academy, is ready to plead his case. I sincerely hope he isn't after a handout, though I'm sure Master Reaver will be the voice of reason, as always.
At your command?
Greetings,
How are you
Your
this
Majesty.
fine day, sir?
Majesty?
His Majesty, the King of Albion.
Either way, someone's gonna be spitting blood.
Today, you decide on the status of the Brightwall Academy, Your Majesty. Samuel will speak for the town and its scholars. Reaver will dispute his cause.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, it was your father who opened the doors to Albion's greatest seat of learning. Under his rule, knowledge and culture flourished, and so did the people of Brightwall. I ask only that you return to the wisdom of those days. Your brother closed the academy down, but it is in your hands to restore it.
There is no greater proponent of the arts than myself, and I celebrate knowledge in all its forms. But our people are frightened and confused. The last thing they need is knowledge. Allow them the benefit of ignorance. Let only those who are truly prepared make use of the academy. The elite of our society will pay handsomely to indulge in erudition.
But only the rich will be able to afford to learn.
Precisely. Why give wisdom away when one can charge for it?
What do you wish to do, Your Majesty?
The Brightwall Academy will be open to all who wish to learn.
The Brightwall Academy shall be reopened, and Albion will once again have a free centre of learning.
Oh, thank you, Your Majesty. This is the start of a new day for us all.
Very well. I will make the arrangements at once. Stimulate your intellect in the newly reopened Brightwall Academy. Suckle the knowledge from the land's greatest minds and avail yourself of the best library ever assembled. Everyone, from the most impoverished genius to the wealthiest idiot, is welcome. Brightwall Academy. Whatever you earn, it's the place to learn.
The court summons Page and Reaver. The matter before you today is the future of Bower Lake. Reaver will offer his proposal. Page will stand against him.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, a recent survey of Bower Lake has found that the waterbed is rich in valuable metals. Now, as amusing as it would be to make workers hold their breath as they mine these resources, I fear it would be impractical. Instead, we have no choice but to dam the river and drain the lake of all water. Once that is done, we will have a ready-made quarry, ripe for the plucking. It will be a pity to disfigure the landscape so close to my former home, but it is a sensible course of action in light of our current needs.
Bower Lake is the last piece of natural beauty remaining in Bowerstone. It belongs to our history and should be protected. Don't take it away from us. You'll be taking away part of this city's soul with it.
Oh, really?
Now that we've finally freed the people of this city, are we going to destroy the one place they can find peace?
The decision is yours to make, Your Majesty.
Page is right. We must protect our natural resources. Bower Lake is to be left untouched.
The king has ruled. Bower Lake's natural beauty is hereby protected by order of the crown.
Thank you. Let's show the world Albion is worth defending.
Is a pretty view worth more than a treasury full of gold? I bow to your greater wisdom. As someone whose home has overlooked the resplendent Bower Lake, I am pleased to declare the official protection of this natural wonder. May its water drown anyone who doesn't appreciate its beauty.
I trust the court was not too dull today. In any case, I'm confident your final task will be most enjoyable. A loyal and wealthy member of our community has offered to make a sizable donation to our treasury. Her only request is that you go to Millfields to make the collection in person. A perfect chance to stretch your legs, Your Majesty. Ordinarily, I would recommend a full complement of soldiers to accompany you, but I have utter faith in your ability to recover the item. Who would dare... Steve?
Your Majesty?
Look, I know where the thief is. He fled into the woods.
Madam, I understand you want to recover what you've lost. But those woods are simply too dangerous. It would be suicide to enter them without combat experience, or training, or skill.
I don't want to enter them, I want you to!
Right. I was talking about me.
Oh, just forget it. Ah, Your Majesty, it's such an honor to have you here. If only fate hadn't conspired to make me look like a fool. I so wanted to make a contribution to the noble cause. What's the use of a priceless heirloom if we're all going to perish in who knows what frightful way? I had taken the statuette out of the family vault, ready for your visit, only for a common thief to take it in broad daylight. Can you believe it, Your Majesty? The thief ran into the woods, and naturally the soldiers are too scared to follow. Why must the uneducated be so superstitious? But you know no such fear, do you? Beware the woods, Your Majesty. The soldiers may be superstitious, but there's no denying dangerous beasts lurk within. Good luck. I know you will succeed.
Looking for the statue, Your Majesty. Follow the white Balverine. Looking for the statue, Your Majesty. Follow the white Balverine.
Right, you monster. Prepare to meet your... Oh, I'm so sorry. For a moment there I thought you were a Balverine. Damn things are always trying to get through our defenses. We burn silver nitrate in those lamps to keep them out. Kills them pretty quick if they hang around for too long. If a lamp goes out, well, I don't like to think what might happen then. One went out just recently, but we got it lit again fast. The man responsible, this bloke Connor, got punished. Severely. Before he disappears into the forest, he tells us there's gonna be a reckoning. He's probably in 25 different stomachs right now. That's my reckoning. You can come on out, everyone. It's safe.
Yippee!
Your Majesty, I've been expecting you. You've been through the village, have you? Charming hamlet. It's full of warm, wonderful people who'll give you the shirt off their back and condemn you to death with one simple mistake. Anyone can fall asleep on watch. You exile him into this forest and call it justice. But enough about that. You're here for that statue. It's quite a remarkable thing. It did everything the legend said it would. And now I don't need it anymore. It's funny how things change. So if you want to take it back to that prig in Millfields, it's yours. Nearly free of charge. All I ask is a small favor. Destroy those silver nitrate lanterns. Then the village will get a taste of justice. The choice is yours. And it's a simple one. How simple? If you decline, my brothers will kill you. Ah, well, I suppose it was too much to hope for. Still, your choice won't save the village. Now that I'm the leader of the pack, we've got some brains to go with our brawn. We'll lose a few of the weaker members, but we'll deal with those lanterns on our own. In the meantime, killing you will be a good way to, shall we say, get the blood flowing. You are stronger than I imagined, Your Majesty, but not strong enough. Prepare yourself for death.
Run for your life!
Thank you. Thank you. You saved us from certain destruction. We're in your debt. You'll always be welcome here, should you wish to return. Connor had this on him. It looks like a Belverine. It's yours if you want it.
We don't deserve it.
Oh, really have quite superb.
Yes!
Something's wrong.
You never
It's
know when
frightening me.
some critter will come out of the woodwork
Did
and
you have
bite
to
us in the
work hard
backside.
to get
The
all
great
that money?
ruler. Hello.
Impressive.
Pleasure to see ya.
We cannot thank you enough for saving our village. Not to mention...
You should go somewhere nice and peaceful.
Hey there, Greetings, my
like
lord.
a cemetery.
I'd like to get to know someone like you.
You're back. Did you find the thief? Did you recover the statue?
Of course he did. He is the king.
You found it? Oh, I can barely contain my tears. Oh, excuse me, Your Majesty. I can't let you see me this way. And please, make...
A magnanimous gesture indeed. Your subjects are lucky to be ruled by one so giving.
Is it? Hello?
With the fatidic attack not far away now, it fills one's heart with confidence and supreme satisfaction to see the treasury filled to the brim. I have taken to sleeping beneath the gold and can report nothing but restful nights. As for today's first order of business, you may have heard about the dire situation the kingdom's economy finds itself in. Logan's policies always kept our cities on the edge of bankruptcy, and the panic caused by the fast-approaching darkness has only exacerbated the situation. I'm afraid the only way to stop this slide into ruin is to bail out Bowerstone's financial institutions. The people are looking at you to save them from economic disaster, but remember that doing so may condemn them to a much darker and bloodier fate. What shall we do, Your Majesty? You are such a giving, magnanimous person. Very well, I will make the arrangements. Life will be easier for your subjects for a while, but the treasury will not easily recover. I only hope we haven't thrown away our chances of survival. Of course, you could always replenish our gold supplies by donating from your personal funds. Shall we proceed with today's agenda? Kalin, the representative for the Auroran people, has requested an audience with you. The court awaits in the throne room.
For king and country.
Is all well,
At your
my
service,
lord?
my king.
My lord.
Hello. Greetings, Your Majesty. Ah, you...
All stand to attention for the King of Albion. Today you must decide how much protection to grant Aurora. Kaelin will offer her proposal. Riva will stand against her.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, as you know, the threat from the deserts that surrounds my city has not diminished. The darkness could fall upon us once more at any moment. Aurora is part of your kingdom now, and I ask that you grant us protection. Build a desert outpost that can warn my people should the crawler attack. It shall allow us to leave the city in time and ensure the survival of your loyal subjects.
A desert outpost? I've never heard such nonsense. What shall we do next? Erect taverns under the sea? Plant crops on mountain peaks? It is a foolhardy suggestion. Why should our valiant soldiers suffer sunstroke and chapped lips in a distant land when they could be protecting the people of this very city? Is it really worth risking the lives of all the people outside these walls for a mere alarm system? Of course not. Let us leave the funds and the soldiers where they belong, right here.
The darkness poses a threat to us all. But Aurora has already suffered more than its fair share. The final decision rests with you, Your Majesty.
Aurora is under our protection. It is our duty to build this outpost.
The King's decision is final. A military outpost shall be erected in the deserts that surround Aurora.
We shall not forget this gesture. Aurora thanks you.
Ah, you are a whimsical monarch, and that is why you are so beloved. Very well, it shall be done. Riva Industries is proud to present an exotic tale of romance, adventure, and sand. The Desert Outpost.
Bring forth Sabine of the Mist Peak Dwellers. Today you decide on the fate of Mist Peak, home of the Dwellers, Your Majesty. Sabine will speak for his people and their land. Riva will dispute his cause.
You may speak.
I come here seeking nothing but what was promised me and my people. You pledged to restore our home mountains and our right to dwell in them. We have fulfilled our end of the bargain. We have paid with our lives to sit you on that throne. Now you must fulfill your end. Undo the damage your brother did to our land, and our agreement shall be satisfied.
Your Majesty, this sounds both an unnecessary expense and an impudent demand. What value is there in a few trees languishing amongst snow and rock? This is not the time to indulge some idyllic fantasy. Those forests are a resource, and we are in dire need of resources. I propose we expand on your brother's initiative and take what nature offers so readily. Say the word, and I will transform the worthless wasteland of Mist Peak into assets we can use to defend Albion.
These hands are not yet so old or weak that I can't wring that pretty little neck of yours, Reaver.
The refined retort of a true mountain goat.
You made a promise to Sabine, but it's up to you whether you decide to honor it.
I will keep my promise to the Dwellers. The Mist Peak Mountains will be restored.
Mist Peak shall become a protected region, and the Dwellers shall be granted authority over its forests and resources.
You are true to your word and your honor. The Dwellers will stand by you till the end.
The forests of Mistpeak are our greatest national treasure, and now, thanks to Reaver Industries, they have returned to their past splendor. Dwellers, birds, and bunnies are free to roam, laugh, and kill each other as nature intended. Who needs all that lumber anyway?
Greetings, my lord. Sir.
At your orders, sir. Come on, my lord.
All right, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, please accept this small token of my esteem.
At your command.
Your Majesty.
Hi there, darling. Oh, I mean, Your Majesty.
Attention!
It is time, Your Majesty, to meet fate with steely resolve and commission Albion's army. We will use the funds we have to establish the best possible defense. Before I can commit those funds, however, I require your signature on a contract stating your awareness of the projected number of civilian casualties. Strictly a formality, of course, though should the number alarm you, you may wish to donate as much gold to the Treasury as possible before you sign. Very good. If you could just sign on the dotted line, please. Happy anniversary, Your Majesty. 1 year as King of Albion. Doesn't time just fly? I am delighted to say that the Albion army has been deployed in preparation for the invasion, so we may enjoy the occasion without apprehensions. To celebrate this momentous day, I have prepared some fantastic events. First, you will stand still for several hours while a local artist paints your portrait. Then you will choose the 47 varieties of flowers you wish to be cast at your feet as you parade through the city. Oh, and you will need to sign thousands of autographs, of course. Let's see. You will also be fitted for a new pair of shoes, and, of course, you will need a new...
The day has come, King. It is time for you to face the darkness. But you will do so in your true form. Over the past year, you have made decisions that reveal your nature, and which have affected the lives of all your subjects. You have done what many would have thought impossible. Not only have you raised an army to protect your people, but you have accomplished this while acting as a noble, benevolent, and popular ruler. But you are more than a king. You are a hero. You are Albion's champion, its protector. This coming battle is the reason you had to take Logan's place. Only you can defeat the creature that dwells in the shadows. If you do not, all your efforts will have been in vain. Now go. Do what you were born to do.
It's here. The darkness has reached Power Stone. Reports indicate that our defenses were able to hold off the worst of the first attack. But if we don't act quickly, even the armies we prepared for this day will not be enough.
We have to get out on the streets, now!
Today we fight for Albion!
For Albion!
Every bullet I've got has got your name on it.
With your life!
Yes! No armor is stopping you, is it? Armor is thick. Work there.
It's here! It's here!
Yes! No armor is stopping you, is it? Does that thing ever
We have to save our
The Lightbringers have come! This is the kingdom of undeath now! This is the kingdom of death!
anymore. Don't listen to it. It will drive you insane. Don't listen.
You will escape darkness. It flocks to you always.
Yes! No armor is stopping you, is it? Page! This isn't real. It isn't real. This is a nightmare, right? Someone please tell me it's just a nightmare. Armor is thick, but you can still shoot through it.
You have done such mighty things. Everyone shall rejoice in your death. Of your young, freshly ripped belt. We give thanks for your desperation. Do not provoke us with the bone gleam shining from your broken bodies. It is a transgression against the night.
Stick together.
Watch us fly into your heart.
Anyway. Still shoot through it. Keep coming.
You shall be sightless, for that is the most blessed state of being. It is our gift.
No armor is stopping you, is it? Never stop.